Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Libra July 10, 2022. If you've been thinking of buying a home, or otherwise purchasing real estate, this is the day to start the ball rolling, or to finalize it, depending on your situation. Investments in property planned at this time should continue to increase steadily in value. However, make sure this is the right investment for you before committing to anything. Otherwise, you might be stuck with something you don't like for a long time. Today, the stars will be very generous and will enable you to meet a lot of people. You have a lot of charm and you can seduce your entourage very easily. Your charisma will pave the way to a lot more authenticity and will simplify your relations. You shouldn't rely on your assets. On the contrary, you should just try to be yourself. Brusque words or a lack of cordiality from a friend or colleague might have you wondering if this person is angry with you. Don't let your insecurities make you crazy. Probably this person just has problems of their own that are preying on their mind. Do your best not to take any hurtful comments seriously, and have a little faith. You might be so busy juggling your professional and personal lives that your mind is a bit frazzled. Try to keep a list with you today of all of the things that you need to get done. You'll find it easier to stay organized if you keep careful notes in your calendar. It's important to do some relaxing along the way, so try to get in some exercising or meditation. Or spend some peaceful time in spiritual worship. You have to face up to an inner test of strength, constantly pressured by other people's problems. They might even hurt your feelings or wind you up. Take a constructive approach to this difficult situation by seeing it as an opportunity to strengthen your own position and to emerge from the argument with greater self-confidence. You're the center of the universe again. Even if you let go of your ego ages ago, it's still flattering to find your people seeking you out for advice and company. You have every right to simply have fun with others, but with this attitude you rarely experience the feeling of true love. Being a great heartbreaker limits your experiences, not allowing anyone to break through the barrier you place around yourself. You feel sad and lonely and wonder what it is you're missing. Don't worry about being productive today. It might turn out to be one of the most accomplished days you've had for a long time. The cosmic energy that surrounded you yesterday is still present, and if you didn't get everything done that you wanted to, you're sure to do so. Dig your heels in and go, go, go. Things will be done in no time flat with some to spare at that. If there's a creative hobby you're into, do some of this as well. You'll find it rewarding. Family will be more prominent than anything else on this day. This vibration will speak to the part of you that needs to feel connected with these important people. You are sure to be more aware of your desire to feel accepted, and there is often no better place than home for this. Even if you have to work today, take the time later on to spend time with your family. Even if the people you feel closest to are not blood relatives, you will find this healing, comforting, and nurturing on this day. The fog has lifted and you are ready to take off. The dreaminess you may have experienced of late has been nice, but now it is time to get moving again. Use all that you have learned from that recent internal processing and put it to use in the practical world. Try not to get caught up in the crossfire of conversations that don't really pertain to you. Feel free to start something new. In a case of perfect timing, the moon is not only in your income sector but forms a friendly aspect to the sun as he moves into his final 2 weeks in your career sector today. While this comes at a time when the stars are already aligned across the income, work and career fronts, this is separate from an alliance that is putting the sun and moon in harmony today. This is giving you a better sense of where the money is as the solar spotlight is working to identify the path forward professionally. While the moon's departure from Libra yesterday has taken the pressure off the remaining 3 planets in your relationship sector after Mars left earlier in the week, this has been a valuable chance to reassess what you want from your relationships and what they need from you. The moon's return to your communication sector tomorrow will be a chance to give anything exposed a voice. Our eyes in the sky. Today is the 3rd time Mercury and Neptune have squared off over the past few months. The first time was on May 22nd, setting the tone, and the tension, for Mercury's retrograde that started on May 29th. The second time these two planets squared off was on June 5th, during the height of Mercury's retrograde. Paranoia, anxiety, and uncertainty could heighten. Mercury is in its post-retrograde shadow until tomorrow, so it's important to realize that we may not hear or understand the whole truth of some situations. This is a very sensitive astrological aspect, which could make people assume the worst. Depression and friction could rise, and the chance of projection is high, so be careful not to soak up other people's sentiments. Be kind and compassionate, and don't take your bad moods out on others. If people come at you with drama, you can opt to disengage. Take care of yourself and put your needs first. Tonight, Venus in Leo opposes Saturn retrograde in Aquarius. This could make us feel insecure, as though others are ignoring us. Don't worry about what people are doing and feeling. Only focus on how you're feeling. Give yourself an emotional lift by implementing self-care in your routine to help you feel better. If you are awake before the sun, treat yourself like royalty by staying in your cozy bed. Or if you're up early, treat yourself to an elaborate breakfast, ideally made by someone else. There's an early morning Moon-Jupiter opposition that can transmit good feelings and the desire to be super generous and kind, but the more nice gestures you make, the more attention you get, which is something that you probably won't want during this aspect. You like doing things for others now because it makes you feel good, not because you want to be recognized for it, and the more thanks you get, the more it actually lessens your experience. But don't try to overcomplicate things too much now. Just after midnight, Mercury in Scorpio squares Neptune in Pisces. We have one more day to go before Mercury completes its post-retrograde shadow, and as it aspects the planet of illusion and delusion, the cosmic messenger seems determined to pack one final punch. Our interactions are confusing and subject to misunderstandings. We are liable to only hear what we want to hear and see what we want to see. Our imagination might lead us into blissful territory, only to dissolve into disappointment when the rose-colored glasses inevitably come off. This is a bad time for giving or receiving advice, which means we would also do well to avoid metaphysical consultations. Even if we receive a cohesive message from a reader, we will filter it through our own optimistic projections, skewing its intended impact. In the evening, the Scorpio moon sextiles Venus in Leo, a good time to lounge with friends and socialize. Although the confusion of the day might linger into the night, there's no reason to keep ourselves isolated if we are aware of the pitfalls of over-idealism. We can certainly get a lot out of our interactions with others now, especially in relaxed conversation. Remember that avoiding gossip and being upfront in our interactions will limit the risk of misinterpretation and invite in goodwill.